The show of force continued all day long, and all day long, people who live on this block of Osage voluntarily moved the women and children to safety.
But I really don't believe anything is going to happen, because I don't believe that move is going to initiate any violence.
It's been 6 years since the violent eruption in Powelton Village that left one policeman dead. About a dozen moved members went to prison for his murder. Today, there's kind of a tense peace in the air in West Philadelphia, and just about the last thing anyone wants to see is a repeat of the violence 6 years ago.
I just want it over, basically. You know, we don't have any gripes about them being there. It's just that there's so much tension, and that's basically it. We just want it over. We want it over peacefully. We want it over quickly and as fast. That's basically it.
Looking at the MOVE headquarters now, you can see that there's possibly some movement there. We have learned that there are about 15 people inside. About half of those may be children. There is still no official reason for this big police buildup, but everyone, as Dennis Waltering found out in this community, is concerned and worried about what's going on over here.
Harvey, tension has eased somewhat this afternoon. MOVE members are no longer blaring their message of threats and obscenities to the neighborhood, and neighbors are no longer crowding around here to get a look at the scene. But as you might expect, residents around here are still worried.
I'm very concerned and I'm very scared because you never know what's going to happen. You know, like they said over the bullhorn, that they are going to take anybody that they can with them. And to me, they mean that.
Darlene Gaston isn't alone. Most people here are worried. One woman says she is staying in her home, feels like she's locked in and resents it. Another is worried about her 5-year-old son, says he is petrified.
Came in the house last night crying, scared that MOVE was going to come in the house. He's locking up the doors and things. That's bad. It's a shame children have to live that way.
Here on Addison Street, residents try to keep their houses neat and clean, their yards well trimmed. Some people say they've worked hard to get what they have here, and they complain the MOVE members are dragging them down, hurting their property values.
Would you buy a house in a neighborhood like this knowing that you had people like that living next door to you?
Some people here argue the MOVE members don't have a right to yell obscenities and preach their views on loudspeakers that blare into the neighborhood.
Not fair. I'm sure if I did that, somebody would do something about it.
But others here contend the MOVE people usually keep to themselves, and they blame the authorities for the tension.
The police, SWAT team, and all this, we act like in Vietnam someplace, It's bad for the children, bad for the neighborhood, everything.
One resident predicts there won't be any trouble out here. He says all the MOVE members want is attention, and they're getting it. Larry, Deborah?
Dennis, thank you very much.
Why did the city commit thousands of dollars in police manpower to watch over the MOVE house today when no crime was actually committed? Well, tonight, Charles Thomas tried to get an answer from Mayor Good, and Charles has a live report. Charles?
Larry, I think it's safe to say that Mayor Wilson Good has been avoiding questions all day today about that MOVE operation. The mayor, we literally had to corner the mayor at 6th and Market just about 90 minutes ago. Here's what he had to say, or not have to say, about that MOVE operation. Mr. Mayor, why were some 200 police officers amassed around the area of 63rd and Osage for most of this day?
We're not in a position to discuss at any point in time why and how we deploy police officers. We oftentimes deploy them based upon our determination and the need to have officers in a location at a certain time.
But in all respects, Mr. Mayor, there were a great many officers out there. The taxpayers are spending their money to support them out there. Don't you think the taxpayers have a right to know why?
I believe the taxpayers elect the mayor to office to make decisions like that, and I'm prepared to make that decision without explaining.
But you can't tell us why.
I'm not telling you why.
And you won't?
No, sir, I will not.
At no time?
No, I will not.
Now, that kind of exchange went on for just about another minute or so, and in that part of the interview, the mayor said, and we quote, that he would not tell us what was going on out there at 63rd and Osage because, and we quote, it could further endanger the public safety. Larry and Deborah?